Your host, Curtis Sliwa. This morning on Sid and Friends in the Morning, we heard from one of Curtis's frenemies, I guess you could say, Artie Idala, as he had this to say.
Well, look, I'm not going to go into Curtis's integrity because he's a weird dude. He's got these cats. He's running around.
Oh, so all they can do is disparage me over my cats that I share. There are family members for me and Nancy. As you know, we're going to be having a nationally syndicated animal welfare show the beginning of the new year. Artie Idala, what has he had syndicated? Ugats, Bupkis. We're going to get to him later on. But you mentioned that the Israelis are filling up the Hamas tunnels in Gaza with salt water. Where'd they get that idea from? You know? Of course you don't know. Because nobody ever gives the Poles credit where credit is due. If it wasn't for General Sobieski, we'd all be bowing 5 times a day to Mecca and Medina. You too, you jaundiced Gentile there, Mr. Wasp from Bloomfield. It was in 1629, the Battle of Vienna. And the baker who was making all the baking products heard underneath the ground of the fort where the Polish army was. The thump, the thump, the thump. And he called the King Sobieski. King Sobieski, it's the Turks! From the Ottoman Empire, they're tunneling their way in. As soon as they break through, we're going to pour hot water in there. We're going to flood the tunnels. So you make fun of Polish people all the time. It was the Poles who deterred the Turks, the Muslims, who flooded their tunnels and won the Battle of Vienna in 1629. And if not for the Poles, you, my friend, would be bowing 5 times a day to Mecca and Medina.
Well, look, it's certainly possible that the news and the historians are not giving enough credit to the Poles. And it's, something we've seen before because, as a matter of fact, Barrett News Media just recently ranked the best midday shows on radio around the country. And they ranked you, a Polish radio host, at 15, I think, as the best shows. By the way, top 20.
I never heard of that group before in my life. Barrett. What is he?
Barrett News Media, Jason Barrett.
What is he? Listen to radio and do a blog? I mean, who is this guy? A person of no consequence? I wasn't listed 15th. I was listed 16th.
Oh, 16th.
35 years in this business. And they gave you a criteria. Originality. Who's more original than me? Did you see my rip and read just a few days ago? Even Wrong Way Lou Ruffino, who never gives me the time of day, said, oh, that was a great show. Remember when I told you things you didn't know about John Lennon, who loved talk radio? Remember when I talked about Jim Morrison and the Doors? Things that nobody ever knew before? Tell me anybody else that's done that. And who rated ahead of me?
Just hopefully it's not awkward in an hour from now because your next host and your 77 WABC colleague, Greg Kelly, was rated 4th overall, I believe.
5th. Why don't you get your math straight?
Sorry.
Now, explain this to me. He's been doing talk radio how long, maybe?
Actually, I think it goes back to your run for mayor.
Yeah.
You stepped away from the mic, and he stepped up.
Right. And he filled in my spot. He's been doing a great job.
Right.
But he's no Curtis Sliwa. I got 35 years. He's got 2 years in talk radio.
But I guess he's really accomplished a lot in those 2 years for you guys to be separated by 10 spots.
I want to know what this Barrett media is. Everybody's running around. Sid's running around. I'm number 2.
He's an industry insider.
You're number 2 to this guy named Bill Handel. What did Bill Handel give a hand job to this guy? What's his name, Barrett?
Barrett, yeah.
No, I don't do that. I don't play that game. There's nobody who's done more different types of talk radio than me. I've done sports talk radio. I've done theater of the mind. I do rip and read. I've done everything in 35 years. Yeah. And this guy rates me 16?
Well, look, this is a news talk format, and, more often than not, the hosts tend to lean a little right of center politically.
I want to recount.
And maybe they didn't like a never-Trumper.
Remember the controversy surrounding Dominion and Smartmatic? I want to recount. I want you, James Flippin, to charge this guy and say, we want to see how you tallied your votes. Oh, I see it right here. Oh, 2 of the big voters were Cumulus and Salem. Cumulus, which I attack every day because they tried to destroy WABC, and Salem, where I wasted 4 years of my life at AM 970, The Answer, doing 2 shows a day, AM Drive, PM Drive. Nobody ever listened to me in 4 years. Nobody can hear that signal.
Well, look, you sound a lot like another New Yorker I know in the sense that you sound a little bit like you're election denying right now.
Oh, are you accusing me of that, huh?
You're saying that you want to recount.
Well, guess what? There ain't going to be no January 6th in my honor. Get the hell out of here, James Flippin. Barrett this, Barrett that. Who the hell is this Barrett?